entire roster is young. And I think the best way to put this, I feel like the Rams are the cleaner tactician. They're the Floyd Mayweather. The Seahawks are Tyson. You're swinging from the heels, okay? But yesterday, I mean, how can Sam Darnold throw 4 picks and they're going for the win? If Stafford throws 4 picks, they get blown out. Why? Stafford is older. He's a cleaner quarterback. He hasn't had a pick since September. They don't have penalties. It is a very mature offense that's well coached, very efficient. I've been saying for weeks, it's the cleanest team in the league. Seattle is the younger, crazier brother who's super talented, but does stuff sometimes that's way reckless. But Darnold's ability, he's so athletic to ad-lib out of plays that fail or play calls that aren't working, that it gives Seattle a second, a third, a fourth life. Rams take a lead. They're great on script. They don't have any penalties. They don't make mistakes. They have the greatest punt ever. And here are the flailing Seahawks and Sam Darnold and picks, and they just keep coming at you. It is just a flurry and a fury of athleticism from Seattle. They had over double the first downs. In the second and third quarters, Rams never had the ball. So I've been saying this all year. I thought it was going to be a go-either-way game, and I thought it was 28-27. But the older, mature, wiser brother, the Rams, beat the crazy, talented, reckless brother, the Seahawks. But if they played again, I'm not sure who'd I'd like. Seattle is a young team, and young teams can often struggle to find an identity. The Seahawks don't. Darnold strangely fits them perfectly. Stafford quarterbacking the Seahawks would feel odd. Stafford's got McVay and a veteran tight end, some offensive linemen that have been around. And I kind of feel like, Devontae Adams, old, wise, smart, clean, efficient. Stafford feels like the Rams and exactly what they need. Yet Darnold, even with 4 picks, feels like he's a perfect fit for the young, youthful, little more mistake-prone Seahawks. By the way, in the Seahawks' 3 losses, they've had multiple giveaways. And they're still all one-possession losses. So, I mean, you get into the octagon with the Seahawks, and they're just bringing massive athleticism. And they're going to make mistakes, and they're going to come at you 100 miles an hour. And, again, if Stafford threw 4 picks, I'm like, the Rams would lose ugly. Seattle throws 4 on the road, gets the ball kicked down to the 1-inch line, and almost wins it.
Exactly. I'm glad Colin has the same take that I have. Specifically about the Seahawks. It's pretty remarkable. I said after the game, in my post-game video, that I feel weirdly optimistic about the Seattle Seahawks when you actually really watch that game, see how it unfolded, see what Stafford and the Rams did. I mean, Darnold threw 4 interceptions. I understand everybody wants to jump in the whole pumpkin. He can't handle the moment. That's fine. Haters going to hate. People gonna jump on that all they want. But when you look beyond that, and if you don't accept that to be this truth claim, oh, he saw ghost this, that, if you move past that, you're like, our quarterback didn't play great, and yet we still almost won this game. The Rams, who are supposed to be elite, Stafford is the MVP. McVay is one of the best coaches ever. They had 12 first downs, 6 passing, 5 rushing. Okay, our quarterback gave the ball up 4 times and they only scored 21 points. Our quarterback gave the ball away 4 times, and yet they still had 414 total yards. They ran 79 plays to 50 plays. They were 7 for 16 on third down. Like pretty remarkable when you think about it. Dominated the time of possession, 37,049 to 2,211. Like, I feel weirdly optimistic and encouraged by this game. And I'm excited to see now what troubleshooting McDonald and Clint Kubiak have with Sam Darnold for a follow-up game against the Los Angeles Rams. That's where Kevin O'Connell failed. That's where, and going into that game against the Rams after that Lions game, I said I'm excited to see what Kevin O'Connell has in store, and he had no solutions whatsoever. And he's continued to do that now. He's done the exact same thing with J.J. McCarthy. His solution is, well, we're just going to keep landing, ripping, throw. And it's like, bro, that's not how it's done. It's not how it's done. That's why Ben Johnson, who's been a better play caller, literally doubled the rush attempts than what you did with J.J. McCarthy. with a way more experienced quarterback who's playing way more better. And yet he's like, we're going to run the ball. We're going to make things easy for our quarterback. So I'm so fascinated to see, and again, make no mistake about it, these numbers here of Darnold going 29 for 44, 279 yards, this wasn't like he played so terrible. He had all these interceptions. The Rams were up by 1 million, so of course he still ended up getting his yards. Like, these were hard-fought yards. These were hard-fought runs. Someone in the comment section said, oh, I feel great, we really bottled up Jackson Smith and Jigba. He had 9 catches on 12 targets for 105 yards. He didn't bottle up nothing. Like, what?
What are you talking about right now?
Like, they're still integrating Rashid Shaheed, okay? Cooper Kupp is still kind of getting his legs under him. Like, what are we talking about here? So, I don't know. You turn the ball over 4 times and the score is 21-19, and your defense holds this quarterback who'd been playing out of his mind to 130 yards, 4.66 yards per attempt, 2 touchdowns on short yards because of turnovers. Again, I'm going to be feeling pretty good. Who bottled up who? 7 catches. Puka Nacua for 75 yards. Most people going into the season would say Puka Nacua is way better. If you said, I think Jackson Smith and Jigba is better than Puka Nacua, people would lose their mind. Well, who got more bottled up? So it's just interesting. And such an amazing opportunistic punch fumble on Puka. That was a masterclass. They will show that video in elementary school, middle school, high school, colleges. They should show it around the NFL. I mean, that was just so textbook. But as long as you don't think there's this inherent defect of Sam Darnold, which I don't believe there is, you should still feel really, really good about this game. And it's so great because you get to see a rematch now. You get to see them play each other again, and you'll get all the information you need. All the level of confidence that you will need in this Seattle Seahawks team. So, again, Sam Darnold obviously did not play great. There's no secret silver lining of like, he actually did play pretty well. Like, that's not the case by any stretch of the imagination. But the Seahawks as a whole, again, it's pretty remarkable to turn the ball over 4 times and be in a position to win. And I'll go as far as to say that you should have won. That final minute drive was actually like, as Greg Olsen talked about the whole time. He goes, they're taking too much time off the clock. And they were. They were pinned back at the 1-yard line, and they got it to what? A 61, 62 yard? I mean, like, first off, if you didn't get pinned back into the end zone, there's a real chance that you would have been able to kick like a 50-yarder. I think if they did their 2-minute, offense a little bit better and smoother. But this is a young team. They don't have the experience together. They haven't been doing this for a while. Sean McVay and Matthew Stafford have been, in each other's ears now for, years. 5+ years or so. And it's just like, this stuff takes time. This stuff takes time. And this is a new team. So I understand why it wasn't perfect. But also they know it's not perfect. And I can imagine that. McDonald's like, we're working on our 2-minute offensive. We got to get this more buttoned up. We got to figure out how to get this thing going, because it's not hard to imagine that if you just get another 5, 6, 7, 8 yards, you kick the game-winning field goal, which would have been remarkable. And it wouldn't have relied on the goofiness or the absurdity of the other team, of like a devastating mistake by them, a muffed punt, a brutal fumble at their own 3-yard line, a blocked field goal that then was like, you were in position to win this game with no flukiness. That makes it more remarkable to me. The Eagles beating the Rams that involved more flukiness. The Broncos' historic comeback against the Giants was amazing. They needed an absolute awful interception by Jackson Dart. They needed that. They can't win without just an absolute awful interception. Not only to now turn the ball over, so now no more time is no, they don't, control the clock, but then also the field position. You're able to score effect like you. You needed a collection of things. You didn't need a collection of things here. It was just the Seahawks being good enough, their offense being good enough, their defense being good enough. That means something. That means something. So, I still feel optimistic, and I don't have this inherent belief that Sam Darnold has a defect about him right now. It was just a bad game. He threw a ton of interceptions, obviously. And I'm excited to see what solutions McDonald and Kubiak have for him. That's what I'm excited to see. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about the Seattle Seahawks falling to the Los Angeles Rams? What was your takeaways from this game? Let me know your thoughts in the quote.
Comments below. I read every single comment, whether you agree with me or disagree with me. Either way, let's get in some discussions. Let's get in some fights. But ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here and absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all generally feel connected to, something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help with the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much.